Hello everyone and welcome to a fresh round of updates, immigration updates from Toronto in Canada. My name is Srijana and I am the AGB expert based out of Toronto, and I'm here with another round of immigration updates as far as May 2021 is concerned. So the first update is with regard to the 90,000 additional PR application quota that the government announced. If you've been following some of my earlier updates, we know that the government opened up temporary residence to permanent residence pathways, and it was a 90,000 quota under three streams, and those were workers in healthcare, workers in essential services that were listed by the Government of Canada, and there was also a stream for international graduates, right? So the breakup was for workers in healthcare, it was 20,000, 30,000 for workers in essential services, and 40,000 for international graduates. So applications under these three streams, the day it was opened up was basically the 6th of May 2021. So IRCC started receiving applications on the 6th of May under these three programs, and of course, there was a large uptake for these three programs, and there is word, in the immigration world that a lot of workers and students were scurrying to get their applications in on the first date itself, because everybody is, kind of careful that they get in their applications early enough, because the quota or this particular pathway will cease to exist once the 90,000 number is met. The only programs that have no number cap are workers who have French language proficiency, and there will continue to be a continuous uptake for those programs. Now, with regard to express entry, where are we at and what's happening as far as the express entry space in Canada is concerned? Now, the express entry quota for the year 2021 is roughly 108,500. So 108,500 is the number of applicants that Canada wants under the express entry program, and that's the forecast, or that's what the government is looking at. So far in 2021, January to now, we are in May. Canada has invited 62,328 applicants or applications, right, have been invited to apply for permanent residence. So the quota is 108,500. Canada has already invited 62,328. We know, and if you've been following my updates, you're well aware of the fact that a lot of the draws, the express entry draws, have happened in the CEC and the PNP space, and there hasn't been any all-program federal draw at all. We're all hoping that there'll be one sometime soon, but the majority of the 62,328 has been from PNP as well as from express entry draws. What was the latest round of express entry draw? All right, so on the 12th of May, and as part of this particular round of draws, 557 ITAs were handed out, or 557 invitations to apply were given out to applicants that were selected from the express entry pool. Please note, this was a PNP draw, which is a provincial nomination program draw. That means anybody who was selected was required to have a provincial nomination certificate from a province in Canada. The least CRS score was 752. What's been happening with regard to the PNP space? So a lot of announcements have happened in the PNP space. The provinces that did do PNP draws were Ontario, British Columbia or BC had a PNP draw as well, and there was also an Alberta PNP draw. So if we look at Alberta first, it is important to note that 2021 Alberta has invited a lot of PNP applicants, or selected PNP applicants. The total number for 2021 stands at 1,659, and this was all via the Alberta Express Entry Program. For this particular program, you need to be in the Federal Express Entry Pool, and the least CRS score was 300. And then, of course, they pulled applicants depending on the knock codes that were in demand in the province. But for Alberta, please note that you have to be a prerequisite is that you have to be a part of the the Federal Express Entry Pool. The second province, as far as the provincial nomination was concerned, was Ontario. So Ontario had a PNP draw on the 11th of May. Sorry, the earlier PNP program that I was talking about, Alberta, the last draw was on the 5th of May. All right, so Ontario, the second one that we're talking about, the last PNP draw was yesterday, which is 11th of May, and 81 candidates were given nominations, and these were candidates who had profiles in the Ontario EOI pool. Right, so this is a structure that has just been streamlined for Ontario, and they invited 81 candidates. So EOIs were given out to applicants in at least 31. Nominations were given out to applicants who had a EOI score of at least 31. Plus, they also needed to have a job offer in one of the 15 healthcare occupations or 8 skilled trade occupations. So basically, Ontario is, as far as PNP is concerned, is inviting workers in. They're offering nominations to skilled workers in the healthcare space and skilled workers in the trade space. So you have to have at least 2 years of experience in these skilled occupations, and you also have to have an employment letter from an employer in these occupations or in these spaces. Okay, the third province that we are going to talk about is British Columbia. So British Columbia is another very, very popular province. British Columbia invited about 379 applicants under two streams which is the skilled immigration and express entry stream. This is called the general draw, and there was another draw for retail and wholesale trade managers. These have been the focus areas as far as British Columbia is concerned, and they also had a PNP round of invitations on the 11th of May. So in terms of PNPs, to reiterate or to summarize, we've had draws, recent draws from Alberta on the 5th of May, Ontario on the 11th of May, and 11th of May, BC as well. And they've all invited skilled workers who happened to be or who happened to have knock codes that the province was in need of.